Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this is day 10 and 11, and a little bit of a confession here. They were both done on the same day in the same session, just because on the 10th I could not get any art done. It was a crazy busy day. So it'll happen, or it happened. I don't know if it's going to happen moving forward, but I make the rules, I break them. No, it kind of defeats the purpose of what I'm trying to do with the Advent pocket doodler, but you know, things are the way they are and I can't change that. I thought I was going to have a harder time with these two pages, but once I decided to add more paint to the pages that I had previously painted, it was rather quickly from that point on. I knew I was going to make flowers. That's what I wanted to do. And so I'm just adding a bit of Quinacridone coral to both pages. And you're going to see at the end they're kind of like the elements are going to be almost like the opposite. I'll explain at the end because there's no point in me telling you this at this point. I also want to mention that I'm trying 2 different pens. The white gel pen that I usually use, which is the Signo gel pen, but the broad tip. I found a smaller tip. It works fantastic. And I may have found a good substitute for the Muji pen, which I absolutely love. And unfortunately, the Muji pen is no longer being made. Like, not the Muji pen, but the Hexa gel pen. The what was it, 0.25? Yeah, 0.25. So I have found a good substitute for it. And you will see it on the screen, but I will also add it in the supplies list in the description of this video. So I'm going to leave you with some music now because the rest is pretty self-explanatory, and I'll be back at the end. I use journaling as a graphic element. It's not something that's meant to be reread. Although when I was writing it, I was adding real sentences, but it's just purely for decorative purposes, just to create a little bit of pattern in the background. And the pen, I like it enough. It does have a tiny bit of a tendency to build up. The ink has a tendency to build up. That's something that I never had to deal with when I used the Muji Hexa gel pen. And the tip of this one is 0.28 millimeters, whereas the other one was 0.25. Not a big difference, really. And it does write really well. So I'm very happy with that. I'm happy that I'm able to show you something that you can actually get, because I think in the end a few of you were getting frustrated, and I understand that. So that's that. The white gel pen, a success also. It writes a lot thinner than the one that I'm used to using, and so far it did not clog up on me. So hopefully it'll stay that way, because I know these pens could be quite temperamental, and I think it has to do with the ink, because white ink is there's probably a lot of additive to it. I'm not sure what it's made of. I'm not even sure that it's either, I don't know if there's chalk in that mix, but anyways, the reason why it would build up is because it's not a flowy ink. But they seem to have done a good job with the small tip. And the pages are finished. I kind of like that look. It gives me the impression of a badly printed newspaper, you know, like sometimes you... I remember back in the days when we used to read newspapers, some pages you'd have like a little bit of an offset between the outline of a drawing and or the color separation were not, there was a color separation is what I'm trying to say. They weren't aligned properly, and that's what it reminds me of. And at the beginning when I was talking about the pages being a little bit of the opposite to each other, we're not seeing the double pages right now, but the page on the left has the flowers colored in, whereas the page on the right doesn't. And most of the leaves on the left on day 10 are doodled and not painted. And that's what you will see as the opposite on the right. So I think it's a cool thing to do. It's a lot of experimenting, and that's what this notebook is for. And I also noticed that most of my double spreads are of different styles because I pride myself on saying that my style is the no style because I like it all and I want to try it all, and this book is for experimenting for sure. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I like these two pages. They make me happy. They're happy colors, and I hope that those that are playing along, I will keep on playing along. I love seeing all your doodles and your paintings on Instagram. So if you want to join us, you can just tag me, or not tag me, but use the hashtag ceeceeadvent on Instagram, and then I will see them. And I'm trying to showcase in my stories all the ones that are playing as well. But if I forget something, if I forget some of you, I'm really sorry. It's very difficult to keep tab of all the people that I've submitted photos, but I will try my best. And that's that. So I thank you very much for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. Also, I want to say a huge thank you to my awesome patrons for supporting my art over at Patreon. You guys are the best. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.